Howdy everyone. We're up to week 11 now, and last week was a bit of a crazy psycho week. We had, week 9 we had heat, and things started going a bit crunchy. See, we got some heat damage on the ends here. And then last week we had storms and torrential downpours. There were floods over half the country. But now we've got a magnificent blue sky on my lunch break. Just had my sandwich sitting by the veggie patch. I thought, how about I do an update? So everything's going really well, although they got hammered. We've still got plenty of zucchinis growing. It's kind of like a bit of, well, they love the water. So yeah, some of these are looking a bit yellow. I don't know if that's too much water from the storms or, I don't know. Some of these are growing a little bit slow. These have been on there for a week and they've not really grown much more. But yeah, there's still plenty of little heads everywhere. We're starting to get some of the squash. The actual fruit is getting nice and big. Sorry, a bit closer. Where's another one? I've been out here in the morning, yesterday morning I was, and doing the pollination thing. There's another one. Spring onions. Oh, and I saw bees actually doing their job, climbing in and out of the flowers as well. Spring onions here, getting nice and fat. Cucumbers, no, capsicum. Chili looks nice and healthy. We actually got a couple in the middle there. Cucumbers. I'm just helping them climb up the trellis. They seem to be wanting to lay flat and run. We've got quite a few little cukies on the vines, but they're not fattening up much. There's not too many big ones. There's one down there. Maybe a bit more food. On the capsicum, we got this one that's upside down. The stem's underneath and it's growing on top. It's funny. Over in this bed, everything's definitely filled out. There's not much room left in here now. Tomatoes have gone berserk. I need to give them a feed now because they're starting to flower, so give them a bit of a boost. We've got nice fat stems in there, so they're doing pretty good. Sage. Eggplant's getting taller, about twice the size now. This end, the corn, got chucked around a bit. All the tomatoes that are growing in here were flat, and half the corn were laying over a bit too, but it's still there. We've had a few corn. They seem to be not really properly formed. Only half of the cob has kernels. The other ones haven't formed properly, so I'll leave them a bit longer, but I don't know if they're going to get any better or not. Some of them have got kernels up on top of the where the tassels are. It's a bit odd. I guess that's just what happens. Cos lettuce, they're actually a bit scrawny this time around. They're not fattening up. Well, that one sort of is, but yeah, I don't know. They're not as good as the last lot. Snow peas got absolutely hammered. Most of them snapped, so they're all hanging down. They're still growing. We've got plenty on here, and there are new flowers. Oh, look at that fat one. I can hardly get through here now. Yeah, so some of them got hurt. Most of the stems have snapped over, so see, it's actually broken at that point and it's hanging back down. But there are new shoots and new flowers. so I'll just leave it. So they grow all good. Potatoes were flattened as well. They're still alive, but yeah, they're not upright anymore. I think I remember Ray Praxis, when it happened to his, that he just chopped them off, like took 2/3 of the top off, and then they sprouted again. So I might have to do that with a few of these. The tomatoes, Black Russians, when the heat was on, we put our shade cloth up to protect them, to make sure they didn't get fried. I've left it up here because I went away. Parsley's going flowering. The pink pearl, we've actually had a few ripe ones on here. They look good, don't they? Nice. There's lots of tomatoes on this thing. Heaps of them. It was getting very heavy and falling over, so I've had to pin it up. The Black Russians, some of them are starting to turn now, change colour, so that's good. We'll be able to eat them soon. These are really heavy, these things. I have to prop them up. That one's nearly falling down. Oh, there's one that's looking good, isn't it? Very good. So yeah, well, they're in the shelter now. We'll probably leave this up from now on, because the weather we will get hit with some hot days, and I'd rather them be protected. Ah, there's a worm on that one. You mongrel. Die. Spewing. He's munched out the whole top of it. Now, we'll put it on the windowsill. Maybe, maybe not. Bugger! First one of the season. Yeah, we still got a few big apple ones. Obviously it's time to spray for some bugs. Pumpkins over here, they didn't fare too well. Whoop, that one just fell off, and that one's about to fall off. So, bugger. What can you do? I haven't put anything else in up here. These are just the compost tomatoes that are sprawling everywhere. Give something for the bugs to eat that I don't really care about. Asparagus. Have a look at this one. How bizarre is this? I've missed a few here because I've not been around. So I've had a few sprout and I've missed them, so they've just grown up. Once they've grown, you know, more than a couple of inches, they're a bit woody, so not really good for eating. Back out of here. The pumpkin over here is meandering his way across the ground. He was heading for the sun. Let me help him back out. There's a few little flowers on there, but nothing to get excited over. The couple of onions that I've left in the ground flowers are open now. They're very pretty. So I would leave 1, 2, 3. Okay, this area here. Unfortunately, my gladioli got really knocked around. The pots fell off the edge, and they fell over. So they're still flowering, but they're all a bit sideways. Poor things. This one here, something hit the top of this one and it snapped. So the tips of it's just flowering, but it actually snapped back there. The tomatoes here are a bit tall. They've actually bent over in the wind. But they're all what's growing on here. It's just starting to ripen now. We've got a few few that have ripened. I might eat that one. Some little ones. There's another compost one that's popped out next to my mandevilla, and he's going off to the side. That belongs to that one. I'm getting a bit heavy. Oops, fennel's going to flower. The chilies, I think it's time to do some pruning. Chili starting to flower, the purple chili. My canna's got a bit hammered. I don't know if something's eating it, but I don't know if the leaves snapped off. Not fair. We bought some new fish. You can't see them at the moment, but they come out and say hello every now and then. They're only about 2 centimetres long. To give the one remaining one some friends. And the last thing is the strawberries. They were looking pretty sad at some stage. Getting a bit spindly, but they're still producing. Dude, something's eating all these things. The dog might get that one. Yeah, there's a few new flowers, new shoots still happening. I don't know what to do, whether I should prune it or what. It's just getting a bit ugly looking. And I know there are things eating it, but I don't know if they're the earwigs that come out at night. Alright, and that's about it. So it's all living still, it just got a bit punished. Hopefully that'll just make them stronger.